I know, it's a box of tape, big deal. But wait, there's more. Let me talk to you about a little bit about this tape. I buy this stuff about once every year. I buy 5 or 6 rolls of this because I do a lot of shipping. And this is, from my experience, the best tape out there for shipping for a couple different reasons. One, they're small. They're not tremendous. I actually kind of like the size. They're handheld. You can hold them in your hand. 2, it's crystal clear. That is, look at that. That's about a ½ inch of tape right there. I can see straight all the way through. That's the actual roll. It is great. USPS approves it. They'll go ahead and they'll scan mailing through it. It is nice and clear. Let's go ahead and see how you start it. It's called Easy Start for a reason. Every single little roll has this already set up on it. The way this works is you put one tab through there, one tab from the bottom. You can kind of pull it out and you let it sit there. Now, when you first start it, you're going to take this little piece of paper off. There we go. Okay, so you pull. Oops, there we go. It is quiet, very easy to tear, and then when you stick it, it is very, very crystal clear. One thing I always learn is to press down hard, just to make sure you don't have any bubbles in there. And look at that, you can barely see it. It's a little bit glossy, but it's very, very clear. This tape is great. I should also mention it is 1.8 inches wide. Now, what big is that? That's less than 2 inches, okay? So width, it's a little bit less than 2 inches. And then depending upon the rolls, you can get a whole bunch of different yards. Worth or just length. This stuff is very good for shipping because it is good for temperatures up to 140 degrees. So it does kind of last in the warmer temperatures. So even in the summertime, you don't have to worry about it peeling. For the most part, you can actually put it onto boxes in your attic, as long as your attic doesn't reach over 140 degrees. If it does, things are going to start melting up there. Look out. So why would you order so much? Well, I keep it in a couple different places. I keep 1 or 2 in the office for small packages that I might do. I keep them in the kitchen for any bigger packages that I'm walking around or carrying up into the kitchen. And I keep a bunch in the basement for actually repairing the boxes that are falling apart. I'll even use them for repairing book bindings. This is actually sticky for that. It's good for kind of sticking things together. But again, it is clear. And you can do some neat stuff with it. You can almost seal things in there. We'll talk about that more in a second. So another big thing I do with shipping is, here is an envelope I just printed out on my inkjet printer. Most home printers are inkjet. Very, very few of them are laser printers. But I'm going to show you something about all inkjet print. You can try this at home. Go ahead, lick your finger. Yep, there we go. Lick my finger. And watch this. It smears. I'll lick it again. If you take an envelope out into the rain, if you spill something on an envelope, it's going to smear. Well, that's just tearing it up. Now, what I often do for my packages, when I put a label down, I will go ahead and put down a little bit of this, press it over it. Now it no longer smears. It's nice and protected. I can lick my finger all day long. It's just going to slide right off it because it's protected. It's plastic. It like builds almost like a little seal on it. One more use for this tape is, let's say I go ahead and I spill a little something. Here's some sand. It happens from time to time. I do this in the kitchen a lot. You can go ahead. You can actually use this tape to pick up bits and pieces. It does an amazing job. There you go. I got most of it up. Here's another trick you can do. If you take a roll of it, turn it into a loop by putting the 2 ends so the sticky side is out. You can now use it to roll up and down and go ahead and lint brush yourself. You can go around and pick the lint off the sweater, off the ground, whatever you want to do. This tape is very versatile. It's strong. It's clear. I use it for almost everything in the house. And that's why I always order a bunch of rolls just to have around.